What's up, y'all? This is your big brother Johnny. Let me put it like this. I wanted to talk to you guys about something. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm gonna tell y'all exactly like which game is harder and which game is not harder. So, of course, the first Metroid is hard. Then you have the second Metroid that's harder to do. So, I don't know if you guys been paying attention about what I was saying like on the video like earlier. But let me go to some chilling music. Let me go to some good music real quick.
A hearty, hefty breakfast. And when you finish, you know you had something to eat.
It's more barbecue. Every barbecue bite
All right.
take.
That figure like it good.
So Metroid Prime, the first one right here. Um, what happens like in the whole game is this. Now, it's gonna be an hour video, y'all. Okay. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's gonna be an hour video of me actually explaining what the dumb down of the game is. Of course, when you start this game at first, what you notice is I don't know if you know it's like what's happening like right here or anything, but if you see like it like if you look at it, you'll see Samus with the emblem right here. You see the background, right? That background is where she started at when you had to like actually, finish the first stage of where you started. And another thing about this game that I love is that like when you first start out the game right here, you you actually see a planet, right? The planet is basically your destination. Now, of course it's the destination, but why is it the destination? It's the destination because let me open it up real quick. Yeah, so that's how it looks and everything. I had a book before, but now I don't have no book no more. Yeah, so the destination is Talon Overworld. Now, all those species that they have on that ship before it blew up, that's all the species that got transported to that planet. But thing is, when you land on that base where it's gonna blow up, eventually it's gonna blow up, right? When you land on that planet, then you actually are going to blow up, but you have to run out of there like real quick, right? So what you're gonna have to do is, follow the instructions of what I'm telling y'all, beginners or people who already know how to play the game already. This video is for beginners who wants to know like which game is hard and which game is not hard. So I'm just letting y'all know right away, okay? So another thing too, when you get into the base and everything, you see things like it's dead, everything, right? That's because some outbreak happened and people had to leave. Certain people had to leave like that place because that place was gonna blow up and things are gonna get worse, which it did. The Parasite Queen actually came from like the top. It was the only one that was alive. It was only one that was alive, but that one probably mutated and killed everything else. So they didn't know what to expect. So that one actually killed everything else. So that's why you actually see like all that stuff in the game, they got destroyed. like the pirates and everything, they couldn't control it. They they really couldn't control it. Everything was just blowing up and everything. So it was actually what you gather research for a reason. So when you go to the other planet, then you actually know what to do. Now, remember Dark Samus? You remember Dark Samus like in the second one or in the first one? Well, we're not gonna get to Dark Samus yet. Another thing, when you go further and you get off that stage where you have to like run out of there and everything, you actually lose everything. So you lose your grapple beam, you lose your suit, you lose your morph ball, you lose your morph ball bomb, you lose the power bomb. You basically lose everything, right? The only thing that you got is your cannon. This right here. You don't have the suit no more. You don't have the suit. The suit is gone. That's why it's called Metroid Prime. It's the first one, so everything's gonna get harder for you. So she's just regular now. She doesn't have this no more. She doesn't have this no more. She just got this. This right here. So she looks more like a lady, right? Now, in the past, I thought she was a man, right? I always thought she was a man, but then look at the figure, right? Look at the figure. Look at this right here. That means she a woman. A man would have like half, like it would be flat, Some women, it's flat, like the boobs are flat, right? Hers is not. Zero Suit Samus is basically the version of her when she takes off the clothes, or she take off the suit. She's totally naked, right? She's really not naked though. The thing is, you take those clothes off, then she's naked. Well, anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. let me get back to what I was saying. After you go from Talon World, after you land on Talon World, well, Meta Ridley, you're gonna run into him. Meta Ridley is basically a plasma core freak. You have to, well, we're not gonna get to that yet, but just know that you're gonna run into that creature. That creature has been your enemy ever since Metroid Prime 1. Like all the Metroids like over the years that everybody played. I know I can't show that footage like right now or anything. I mean, if I was a good editor, then yeah, I would have did that. But you know, I'm just showing y'all. I'm just showing y'all like the real deal and everything. I'm just showing y'all what the game is. And you have the back too. So I don't know if you guys have the back on it. You see it and see what that says right there? That says Metroid Fusion. It says Metroid Fusion. So you can actually play another you can play another game. But let's get back to this. Now, the other thing about this game is when you go to Talon Overworld, what is the first thing that you get, right? What is the first thing that you see? So you see beetles, right? Those beetles things that go in the ground. You know you're gonna have to actually kill those things, right? Eventually. But actually, the first thing that you need is the missile. Do you know why you need the missile first? You need the missile first because the thing is, you're gonna run into a door that you're not gonna be able to open. But the only door that's gonna be able to open is when you go up the stairs. Chozo Ruins. That's the first place you're gonna be going. Is Chozo Ruins. That's the first destination. When you go to the Talon World, you go to Chozo Ruins. Once you go to Chozo Ruins, you gotta get everything that you can get. You can't go to Fajana Drifts. You cannot go to Magmore Carvings. You can't go to that yet. You can't go to Phazon Mines yet either. You can't go there yet either. You just on Chozo Ruins first, okay? Chozo Ruins, you know the place where you go up and then you have to keep going and then you see those two beetles and then something's gonna pop up, right? It's gonna tell you exactly what the location is of where to get the missile, right? Am I right? So once you get the missile, then eventually you will, when you get the missile, well, before you get the missile, it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge for you, right? Of course, they're gonna have a save station for you, right? You're gonna have to beat the wasp. But one thing you cannot do though is jump in the toxic water. Once you jump in the toxic water, it's game over. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part of this game to me. It's the hardest part. And the last boss is the hardest part too. I never told you guys this, but yes, but it depends on how much energy tanks you have though. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but you actually get an energy tank like probably somewhere like in it. I don't know right away, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, once you go up against the wasp, you know the hive wasp and everything, it's gonna be probably like three sets of them. So you're gonna have to do a lot of shooting, okay? It's gonna be tiresome, but you're gonna have to have some good fingers. Like mine are good fingers. You know, my fingers are pretty big, so I don't have no problem actually shooting those things. So, well, people that do have a problem with it, just keep shooting. Just keep shooting, okay? Make sure you have a GameCube remote. If you got a Wii remote, it probably won't work though. See, if you have a GameCube remote, you could just lock on that mug right away. See, using the GameCube remote sounds easy, but then the thing is, the GameCube remote is the easiest thing to use because what does it say? What does it say? GameCube remote, right? GameCube Nintendo. Look what I have. GameCube remote. GameCube remote. Remote. You gotta have the remote. Not no Wii remote. Wii is for the Wii, right? But I have a Wii. But I get to play Wii. I get to play GameCube games on the Wii. If you guys didn't know, you can play GameCube games on the Wii. So that's the thing. Oh, y'all probably wondering, why do I have these headphones on? Well, sometimes I can focus without hearing flies all the time, okay? Let me tell you something. Hearing flies, it just annoys me. So I try to just deal with them the best and just putting these headphones on, because as soon as I take them off, I'm gonna be hearing something that buzz. I don't like hearing that. I really do not like hearing that, okay? So let me finish what I was saying. So yes, when you finish the wasp, and you will finish the wasp, you get the missile. What you gonna get after that? Do you guys know? But it's alright. I'm gonna tell you anyway, okay? GameCube remote, okay? GameCube remote. I'm gonna tell you anyway. You're supposed to get the morph ball. Morph ball. You're supposed to get the morph ball in this game, okay? When you get the morph ball, which is right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, wait, it's not right there. Right there. See, you see the morph ball? I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah. Morph ball, you're supposed to get the morph ball after that. Once you get the morph ball, then you know what you gotta do next? You guys should know this. But before you get the morph ball, let me tell you what the boss is. It's a lot of beetles. It's a lot of beetles. It is a ton of beetles that you're gonna have to destroy. But guess what comes up after? The mother. The mother has some kind of red and black sting. You're gonna have to beat her. How do you beat her? The way that you beat this beetle, you know, the queen beetle. The way you beat the queen beetle is you wait for it to charge at you, and then you hit it with everything you got. It's the red spot. The red spot It's the spot you're supposed to go after. What is better suited to actually hit that spot? Missiles, right? Missiles. So if you use 5 missiles on that female one, you're gonna do a lot of damage to it, okay? You're gonna do a lot of damage to it, and once you defeat that boss, you're gonna get the morph ball. What do you go after that? Well, don't you have to get the morph ball bomb? You can't get the power bomb yet, because you can't get it yet. You can't get the morph ball bomb though. The morph ball bomb is next. The morph ball bomb is next, okay? After you get the morph ball bomb, what are you supposed to do next? I'm trying to see if y'all following along with me. Follow along with me. After you get the morph ball bomb, what do you get next? What do you do next? You're gonna beat your first what? It's 3 of them all together. It's 3 of them all together. I mean, it's a lot of them in game. I'm just gonna tell y'all anyway, okay? Bosses. You're gonna beat your first boss, and it's not gonna be easy. This boss is hard. Why is it hard? Because you can die easily. You can die easily. You know why? If you think you're gonna like go into the toxic water and think you're gonna survive, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. Like you really do. You got another thing coming. The only reason I'm holding this up like this because I want y'all to see what the game I'm talking about. What game am I talking about? I'm talking about Metroid Prime, right? So I have to keep it up. I have to keep it up. Another thing too, after you beat that boss. Now, let me tell y'all how do you beat a boss? How do you beat that boss, right? Well, the thing is, it has 4 of these lights that always keeps up, right? It keeps all the 4 lights up. It's like satellites. Just think of it as satellites, right? The satellites gives it light. It's like solar energy. It gives it the energy to actually keep it going. That gives it the strength to actually kill anything that tries to harm it, right? You notice this. I know y'all know this. When you first go into the room, what does the boss do? Y'all should know this already. I'm gonna tell y'all anyway though. It comes up. It opens, right? It opens the toxic flowers. It opens the toxic flowers and everything, right? Once it opens the toxic flowers and everything, then it spreads it across. It literally spreads it across everywhere. Then what happens after that is the solar light, which is supposed to be going like this, it goes like this first. Then it goes like it goes like that, right? It stays like this first because it's not hitting anything, right? Then it does that because it's putting light into that flower. What happens when you put solar light or any kind of light into a flower? It grows, right? So this is solar light is actually going into the monster to make it more powerful. It's like a creature that needs sunlight. Without any sunlight, it's dead. It's gonna die. And that's why you need to stop those lighting things from hitting you. Like, I mean, it's gonna hit you. That big guy is gonna hit you. So you're gonna have to watch out for that. You can't dodge it though. That's one thing you cannot do. Is actually dodge hurt. I'm gonna call it a hurt because it is a hurt. It's a flower, right? So it is a hurt. Now, next thing you do is you keep going. So it is 3 phases. It is 3 phases. It's not 4 phases. It's not 4 phases. It is 3 phases. Because one comes up, then another one comes up, then the third one comes up, and the fourth one? Wait, maybe it's 4 stages. I probably missed something. No, wait. It is 3. It is 3, but it feels like 4 because the thing is, when you hit one up, then the second one comes up after you like hit it. Wait. I'm probably lying. Is it 3 or is it 4 phases? Oh, it probably is 4 phases. Yeah, it's definitely 4 phases. Yeah, it's 4 phases. So this boss is actually harder than I actually expected because it's actually longer to actually beat this boss. But once you eventually beat the boss and everything, and you take what you wanted, what you're gonna get is your suit. You're gonna get your suit back. Now, what do you get after that? What are you supposed to get after that? You got your morph ball. You got your morph ball bomb. You got your suit. And you got your missile, right? So what are you supposed to get after that? You guys know. Y'all know. You know you're supposed to get after that. You're supposed to get your boost ball, right? You need a boost ball. You need your boost ball. You need your boost ball in this game. Once you get your boost ball, what are you supposed to do after that? You get your jump boots. But in order to get the boost ball, you have to go to Fajana Drifts. But what do you have to go through first, though? Magmore Carvins. Magmore Carvins. The lava place, right? You have to go to the lava place. Go through the lava place. It's going to be a whole bunch of security. It's going to be a whole bunch of security machines. Going to be targeting you. It's going to be these, I don't know what they're called, but it's like some kind of gas that comes in the air. Like some kind of toxic gas that comes in the air after you destroy it. There's gonna be these big monsters that's like spitting lava at you, and you got to get through all that if you want to get to Fajana Drifts. And Fajana Drifts is just as worse. You got these monsters that can't see, but they can smell you though. See, bats are like that. Bats have that kind of sense of smell. When they see, when they hear something or smell something, they're gonna attack that thing right away. They got a real strong sense of smell. They can notice things like right away. So you have to go through. So Talon Overworld. So you went through Talon Overworld. You went through Chosen Ruins. You went through Magmore Carvins. Then you have to go to Vagina Drifts, right? Yeah, you have to go to Vagina Drifts. Then you have to get the boost ball. Well, you have to actually go through this little path. I'm gonna tell y'all right away. You have to go. So once you get in Vagina Drifts and everything, it's gonna be a gate. Okay, it's gonna be a gate. Of course, you have a save station over there. It's gonna be a gate. It's gonna be a black gate. You're gonna have to hit it with a missile. Once you hit that with a missile, then next, what you're gonna do is you are going to scan whatever, where that gate is. So after you defeated that gate, or that black gate that I was mentioning, then you're going to go further into that room, and you're going to scan whatever's in there. Whatever's in there, you're going to scan, and it's going to open a path to you. What you're going to do is you're going to make your way up the stairs. Not towards where that big castle is. You're going to make your way towards where that up way is. And then you're going to keep going. Just ignore everything else. But you're going to have to find your way through everything to actually get the boost ball. Once you get the boost ball, you know what you're going to have to do next? You're going to have to make your way all the way from Vagina Drifts to Magmore Carvins to Trojan Ruins and right back to Talon Overworld. That's what you're going to have to do. Now, I know it's tiring. Look, I did it a lot of times before. You're going to have to do that. you're gonna have to do it. I've been playing the game too long not to know how to do this. I know about the game, y'all. I know about the game a lot, okay? That's why I'm doing this video, to show y'all on how to do it. Now, what I'm gonna show you also is it is a way you can actually get out of that like place, like when you get the boost ball and actually get out of there. Now, I don't know if y'all mentioned this, I don't know if y'all seen this or not, but Meta Ridley appears out of nowhere. Appears out of nowhere. Meta Ridley appears out of nowhere. Appears out of nowhere. And flying to Tall and Overworld. Just flying over the place. Like, it's like Samus didn't even know. Or Samus just saw it. But we're not even on that level yet. We're not even ready for that, right? We're not even ready for that. If we go into battle right now and try to fight Meta Ridley, we're gonna die, okay? It's no chance to actually defeat him. We gotta have more energy tanks. We gotta have more weaponry. You gotta have more ammunition. You gotta have more missiles. Ammunition is basically all the like everything that you need. Okay, you just gotta have unlimited ammunition. You gotta have a lot of it. But anyway. Yes, you're gonna have to make your way back to Tall and Overworld. You're gonna have to get the jump boots, okay? Now, why do you need the jump boots? Y'all should know this. Y'all should know this. Anybody that's watching this video right now, I mean, that's gonna watch this video, evidently, has to know this. They have to know this right away. That when you play this game and you know what to do right away, you should be teaching it online. You should be doing the same thing I'm doing, right? You should be teaching it online just like I'm doing. Look, it's a good game. It's a good game to play, y'all. It's a real good game to play. People, they get views all over the YouTube channel and everything. And they love the game. I love it too. Now, yes, you're gonna have to make your way back to Tall and Overworld. You get the jump boots. What you're gonna do next is you're gonna be fighting the mother. You're gonna be fighting the mother. Okay, so you know that way that you couldn't go before, when you had to actually jump 2 times? I know y'all seen it. It's like some kind of castle. It's some kind of castle that you have to go to. You have to get over there, right? And you probably be seeing it when you first came in for Jana Driss, right? When you first came in for Jana Driss, look on the right. That's where the castle is. You have to make your way over there. Now, if you see little ones, whoa, what does that tell you? If you see babies, it has to be a female, right? Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. That it's gonna be a female too. If it's little ones, it has to be a female. Don't wake mama. Don't wake mama. But you're gonna wake mama anyway, right? So you're gonna have to go up against the Sheegoth. Those creatures are called Sheegoth. If y'all didn't know. That's what they're called. They're called Sheegoth. And you can actually see one of them right here. You see it? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but can't see it that much. But yeah, it's right there. Hold on, let me do something real quick. Let me actually take this out. Okay. You see it now? I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, let me turn this light on real quick. That's probably why I can't see it. Okay. So you see that? You see that? You see the Sheegoth? Right there. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep this light on, okay? Now, what we was talking about? Right, we was talking about the next thing you gotta get. Now, once you get the jump boots and everything, you're gonna have to go to that temple, right? You gotta go to that temple that's in the Vagina Drifts, that castle. I'm just gonna call it a kingdom. You're gonna have to face the mother of the She-Goths. How do you defeat her? Well, it's kind of risky. What do the little ones do? They freeze you, right? You're gonna have to let that big one freeze you, but you're gonna have to avoid it. But the thing is, usually the She-Goth actually run out of stamina. So you're gonna have to wait until it runs out of stamina to actually hit it with missiles. Missiles is what destroys it. But you have to wait. You have to wait. Because the thing is, anything, any power, anything that you're shooting, it's just gonna go up in the crystal. She actually has a giant crystal on her back that absorbs anything that tries to harm her. So, what doesn't harm her? Well, what does harm her? Missiles. That means you have to use missiles. You have to use missiles. No matter what, you have to use missiles. No matter what. If you use missiles, you'll actually do some damage to that thing. You will do some damage to that thing. Now, I will guarantee that you will do some damage to that thing. By you using a missile, but you have to have an unlimited amount. So you can't just go in there just using 5 missiles and think that you're gonna beat the boss. You gotta have multiple missiles. You gotta have collected like at least 100 missiles, or like more missiles than that, to actually go up against the boss. See, if you go in like limited, like with limited resources, then you're not gonna beat the boss. You have to come in there like with a lot of missiles, like, oh, I got a lot of missiles. It's time to beat you. It's time to beat you. It's time to fire my missiles off. Yeah, so yes, that's how you beat that boss. Once you beat that boss, guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get your first weapon, right? You're gonna get your other first weapon, your first different weapon that you never had in the WoW. It's called the Wave Beam. I love the Wave Beam too. It's basically electricity beam. It has so much electricity on it, but the thing is, it's purple. It's a purple Wave Beam. I love the Wave Beam. You know why I love the Wave Beam? Because it electrocutes everything. It's just like a missile, but a missile hits harder, right? But yes, that's what you get next. You get the Wave Beam after that. Now, what do you get next? Follow along with me, y'all. Follow along. You have to follow along with me. What do you get next? I probably didn't tell y'all how to get like the morph ball bomb. So the way you get the morph ball bomb is, I know, I'm going back, but I didn't tell y'all how to get the morph ball bomb. Okay, you have to go. I think it's gonna show you on your map. It's gonna show you on your map. So know this, y'all. Know this. If you have a map and it has blue everywhere, right? That means you haven't explored those places yet, right? If it's orange and yellow already, you already explored that place already. That means you know where that place is, right? That's why you have to go on your map all the time and actually know where you're going. That's why when you press Z on the GameCube remote, which that's what it's about. Press Z on the GameCube remote. You're gonna look up your map. You're gonna see all the beams that you need to collect and everything, right? Everything is gonna be there. Everything's gonna be there. It's gonna be the plasma beam. It's gonna be the ice beam. It's gonna be the wave beam. And that's it. You know, ice beam, plasma beam, and a wave beam. So Those are actually elements, right? My charge beam is like the sun, right? The charge beam is like the sun. The ice beam is just like Antarctica, where the snow is. Like it's basically like snow, right? Ice. Plasma beam is just like the volcanic, like the volcano, right? Plasma energy. The wave beam is just like electricity. It's just like electricity. Everything that's on is because of electricity, right? Electricity is a resource. Now, people might not know this, but yes, it is. Electricity is a resource. Everybody has it. So let's get straight to the point about the morph ball bomb. The morph ball bomb, the only way you can get that is if you go to a place where it's some kind of drone and it has 2 flamethrowers. That's when you know you're in the right place. It has 2 flamethrowers and it's making its way around. But then the thing is, the only way you're actually showing progress is if you see something that's red, a red dotted dot on that machine. You're gonna have to destroy it as fast as you can, because if you do not destroy it, it's gonna do the same thing again. It's gonna get worse, and you do not want to get you do not want it to get worse. It will get worse for you, okay? Now, it's gonna be a hive at the top. What that thing is gonna do is gonna flame it every single time when you succeeded on putting that red dot to misery. Destroying it. Demolishing it. That's the only way. It is 3 phases. 3 phases, DPS phases of that. So just know that. 3 DPS phases of that. Now, next. Now, I just told y'all how to get the morph ball bomb, okay? And you're gonna have to kill the wasp too, okay? You're gonna have to kill those wasps. Those wasps are gonna be flying until you just get rid of them. You're gonna have to be dealing with the wasp and the flamethrowers. So I'm just letting y'all know, you're gonna be dealing with 2 things. But actually, you're gonna be dealing with 3 things. You're gonna have to be looking out for the red dot that's gonna be on a drone. I'm gonna call it the drone, okay? I'm gonna call it a robot drone. You're gonna be looking for that red spot on it that's gonna be in the middle. Then you're gonna be looking for. You're gonna be avoiding all the flame, right? Because you do not want to keep getting hit by that flame. It's gonna push you back, and as it pushes you back, you have less of a chance to actually win. And then you're gonna keep getting hit by the wasp too. So you're gonna have to keep moving fast. You can't move slow. Then once you're finally done, and once you keep like hitting the air, like the flamethrower keep hitting the air, it has to hit the air like 3 times, okay? It has to hit the air 3 times, or you're not making progress. If it's not even doing 1 time, you're not making progress. Now, after you do that, you get the morph ball bomb, and that's how that goes. Okay, what do you do after? After you get the jump boots, and you got the wave beam. After you get the wave beam, you know what you're gonna have to do next? You guys should know this already. Y'all should know already. You gotta get the super missile, don't you? Now, why do you need the super missile? Well, how do you get the super missile? Well, you have to infiltrate the pirates. The live ones. Remember ever since you left the base, right? Those was the live pirates. Some of them was dead and some of them was bruised. And some of them, the intestines was actually scattered all over the place. Their internal organs was scattered among the place. Their abdomen was actually scattered around the place, right? So what you have to do is infiltrate their base. So some of them might not be invisible. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to be invisible, but once you get a beam that is called the thermal visor, you're going to have to use it. If they actually do come invisible, you're going to have to use it. Okay? I'm not saying you're gonna use it right away, but you're gonna have to use it. All right. So next, you get the super missile and everything, right? What you're gonna have to do next is you're gonna have to get the thermal visor. Now, how do you get the thermal visor? Well, here's how you get the thermal visor. You're gonna go into a place where it's gonna be light at first. It's gonna be light. It's gonna be light as light as the sunlight. So bright. It's gonna be so bright. Okay, it's gonna be bright at first, but then as soon as you get the visor, everything's gonna turn off. Everything's gonna turn off. And when everything turns off, you know what you're gonna have to use, right? You gotta use the visor. But how do you still get the super missile though? Okay. Remember when y'all told y'all about like the space pirates? You're gonna have to make your way up. So just keep thinking about going up. Just keep thinking about that, okay? Keep thinking about going up. Then you'll find it. You'll find your destination once you keep going up. Oh, let me tell you guys this before you miss it. When you do play this game and you go in that part where you have to use the boost ball, use the boost ball first before you go any further up. You have to use boost ball. And let me tell you guys this too. You're gonna have to use morph ball bomb. It's gonna be some kind of wall. It's gonna have a wall. Is gonna have some kind of hole in it that you're gonna have to put your morph ball in. It's gonna give you a time limit. It's gonna be a time limit. Once the time limit goes out, you gotta do the whole thing all over again. Now, it's gonna start. It's gonna make a little sound, okay? I think the sound goes like something like that. Something like that. Now, if you do hear that sound, that means you have to hurry up. You're gonna have to hurry up, okay? That's just how it is in Metroid Prime, okay? Let me give me some water real quick. Yeah, so that's what you're gonna have to do in that game. In that situation to actually get the super missile. Yes, it takes all of that just to get the super missile. You know how strong the super missile is? Everybody should know how strong the super missile is. It is really strong. The super missile is just so strong. It's stronger than the missile. Basically, that's why everybody wants it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Like going through all that, yes, it is worth it. Now, what do you do after you get the super missile? What do? You get a thermal visor, right? How do you get the thermal visor? Just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going up. Like I told you, keep going up. Keep going up and keep making your way up. But you're gonna have to stop sometimes. I'll just tell you that, okay? I'll just tell you that. You're gonna have to stop sometimes. Now, if you see a room where it's Metroids in a glass, like it's be some big old thing of glass, and you see turrets, and you see these reconstructional turrets, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Now, what do you have to do? How do you get the thermal visor? Well, I'm gonna tell you guys. How do you get the thermal visor? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Okay. Let me tell you right away. What you do is you scan everything. Johnny, what are you talking about when you scan everything? I meant everything. So that means when you go to the first level, scan something that looks like a computer. Scan something that looks like a computer, because that's the only way you're gonna get that mug. If it's red, you're doing the right thing. If it's orange, no. Don't scan nothing that's orange. No. 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 Scan something that's red. Scan it. Scan the red. If you don't scan the red, you're not going to get the visor. Go on every single level. You gotta go down every single level. You cannot miss a level. You cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. Because if you don't scan all the levels that you're supposed to scan, you are not gonna get the visor. You probably think you're gonna get the visor. You probably just gonna jump down there like, and then where are you? Where are you? You gotta go right back up, right? You gotta go right back up. It's just not smart. Now, the dangers of this place is that those Metroids, after you get to the thermal visor, they're gonna pop out, right? The thing is, you don't even have to stand in the place. You don't even have to keep standing in the place. All you have to do is keep going down. It's gonna be a door down there, but you can't go to the door yet, right? You cannot go to the door yet. Do you know why you can't go to the door? Don't you need the grapple beam? Don't you need the grapple beam to actually shoot your way across? Because that's the only way you can get over there. There's no other way you can get over there. And guess what? And guess what's over there, though? Guess what's over there? If you go into that ice beam door and you keep going, right? What's over there? You guys should know. What is over there? I'm gonna give you a hint. What happened at the beginning? What happened at the beginning of the game? What happened at the beginning of the game? Come on, man, y'all know this. What happened at the beginning of the game? Y'all know this. Y'all know. It blew up, right? So it's gonna be the same thing when you go into the place. It's gonna be blown up. It's gonna look different. It's not gonna look the same. But the thing is, it's gonna be worse though. It's gonna be worse for you if you actually try to go through that door now. So I would suggest you actually have precaution before going through that door. But let's get back on the subject of what we was actually supposed to be doing. After you get the thermal visor, what do you do after that? Do you guys know? This is gonna be kind of hard to hear, but you got another boss. You got another boss. You have another boss to beat, okay? You have another boss. That boss is not gonna be easy either. He's a spider freak. Now, I probably don't know what I mean by that. He basically has the spider ball. He basically has the spider ball. Y'all still don't know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Thordus! 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 Thordus is the next boss you're supposed to be beating. Once you have the thermal visor, you can go to where he's at. Make sure you have enough ammunition. If you don't, get more. He's gonna be hard. He's not gonna be easy. Thing about him is that he's gonna keep hiding himself. That's why you need the thermal visor. You're not gonna be able to see his counterpart. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you're not gonna be able to see it all the time. Look, you can predict it. You can predict it that you're gonna actually see it, but you need to just get the thermal visor, okay? Just get it. Just get it. Don't do it without it. If you do it without it, it's just not gonna make no sense. But maybe it's a glitch. Maybe you could do it without it. But I don't think you can. You know why you can't? Because you need the wave beam, don't you? You need the wave beam to actually open up those doors. right? But if you make a mistake and don't get the thermal visor, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you because you actually need it. What do you think you're gonna do when you go into that place and don't get the thermal visor, and then you just go up there like right away, like and actually open up everything? It's not gonna open unless you get that thermal visor. So you basically need it. You need it. Samus needs it. Get it for Samus. Samus needs it, right? Samus needs all the upgrades in the game that she can get. Okay? She needs all the upgrades. Do not cast her aside. Now, when you go up against this boss, and you will, after you have all the things that I just mentioned, the missile, morph ball bomb, the wave beam, super missile, the boost ball, what else? Thermal visor. You know, all that stuff that you have right now. You made a lot of progress. Do not short yourself. Do not fall short. You have everything you need. Just beat the boss. You can beat the boss. Any of y'all can beat the boss. You can beat him. But I'm gonna tell you how to beat him though. But that's on you to beat him, if you want to or not. I'm not gonna be talking about 2 games though. And I said I was gonna talk about 2 games, but it's probably not enough time for that. Okay, how do you beat Stardust? First of all, you have to see where the weak spots are. To see what the weak spots are, it has to be glowing. Literally glowing. Now, what do I mean when it says glowing? When I say glowing? In the thermal visor, one of those spots should be glowing. And you have to hit that spot as quickly as you can. It is going to change, but actually it's not going to change, because the thing is, you keep hitting it. Just keep hitting it. Keep hitting every single spot. Now, it might get harder because it might get smaller. But the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Y'all ever heard that before? The smaller they are, the lesser their fall, right? But some people, they be real small, but they probably still fall like real big. But yes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Stardust did fall pretty hard, so when I beat him and everything. Well, when I eventually beat him. Now, the attacks that he's gonna throw at you is gonna be rocks. He's gonna throw rocks at you. You need to use the wave beam to hit those rocks, cause electricity can actually hit them faster. You might not think so, but they can. The electricity actually can hit those rocks faster. You might not think so, but yes. You have to use the wave beam. Why do you have the wave beam for then? Why did you pick up the wave beam? Can anybody tell me that? Tell me that. Why did you pick up the wave beam? Why? Huh? Y'all don't know? To go up against Stardust. The super missile. To go up against Stardust. The thermal visor. To go up against Stardust. You have to have those requirements, or you're not going to beat that boss. That boss is pretty hard to penetrate. It's hard to penetrate this boss. So you need those requirements. Super missile, thermal visor, and a wave beam. That's why you got those items, right? You need those. Super missile. You need that. Need that. Don't even think for a minute that you do not need that. You need it all the time. All the time. No matter what. No matter what. Now, when you go up against Stardust, when it gets white and everything, put the thermal visor on, okay? Now, if it's just regular and it's not like light around or anything, just keep it in the regular mode. It's gonna turn blue. That's when you know it's still lighting up. That's when you know. In the regular visor and combat visor, that's when you know it's still lighting up. When it's blue, when it's light blue. In the thermal visor, it's lighting up orange or yellow. It'd be orange, yellow, or red, right? It's all those colors. That's what a thermal visor is. A thermal visor is it sees heat. It wants to know what heat is. And our body is made of heat. So that's why it will be yellow, orange, and red. It's the same thing when you're looking at a creature. When you're looking at a creature, it has body heat, right? So that's why when you have a thermal visor and you're looking at something with a thermal visor, it has heat. It's moving. It's able to move. It's alive. And yes, in fairy tales, monsters that have that's made of rocks, of course, they can be thermals too, but they're not living things. In our world, rocks are just things that just sit there. They made it into reality that this rock monster is actually real in the game, not out like not not for real or anything. But yes, when you go up against the boss, the only active thing that's gonna be available for heat signature is going to be that rock that you hit. That's why it's heated up, because your weapon made it heat up, or it heated up itself. So I don't think that thing has a head or a mind. Well, it does, because it's moving. So how does it not have a body or a head or a mind? So yes, you hit the spots in the combat visor, which is the regular visor. You're gonna see blue. Once you see light blue, that's when you know that's the spot you're supposed to be hitting. Now, if all the other spots is just rock, that's not what you're supposed to be hitting. You're supposed to hit the light blue spot. The light blue spot is the spot you're supposed to be hitting. No matter what, hit that spot. No matter what. Now, if it's all white around you and foggy, put the thermal visor on. That's the only way you're gonna be able to see it. I'm sorry. Now, the only way you know if you have damaged it is if it actually overwrites that visor. If it overwrites that visor. So if you damaged it enough to make it say, then that means you're doing the right thing. Then you go back to the other visor. So basically, it works like this. You have to put the thermal visor on first. Then go back to the combat visor. You have to come back to the combat visor, because if you don't come back to the combat visor, then you won't see what's going on. You just staying in the thermal visor, it's not gonna do nothing. You have to switch between visors. It's like the same thing when you're actually like dealing with other visors, where you have to actually shift through other visors. Now, if you think this is hard, if you think the boss that you going up against right now is hard, wait until you see the Omega Pirate. I'm not gonna tell y'all about that, because we haven't got there yet. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. I know this video is almost over. Now, how far did we get? I know y'all know this. How far did we get? We got real far, didn't we? We still gotta get all the stuff. We still gotta get everything. But once this goes to an hour, I'm gonna be done, okay? You got the missile. You got the super missile. You got the missile. You got the super missile. You got the morph ball. Morph ball bomb. Thermal visor. Got the jump boots, right? You got the boost ball, right? Correct? So that's 7 altogether, right? What are we missing? We missing something, right? The ice beam. We still don't have the ice beam yet. We got our suit. got our suit back, right? Got our suit back. So that's how many things? Come on, y'all know this. That's 9 things altogether. 9 things so far. But the 10th thing that we're going to be looking for is the Spider Ball, right? Because we're going to be beating this boss to actually get the Spider Ball. That's 10 things, right? We got 10 things so far. That was 10 items. 10 items altogether that we got. Because remember, we had to get the missile first from the wasp. Then we had to get the morph ball, right? We had to get the morph ball. Then we had to get the morph ball bun. Then we had to get our suit, right? We had to get our suit. Then next, after we got our suit, then next we have to get the boost ball, right? You have to get the boost ball. How do you get the boost ball? You go to Vagina Drifts, right? After you get your suit, you go to the Vagina Drifts and get the boost ball. After you get the boost ball, gotta get the jump boots, right? After you get the jump boots, get your wave beam. After you get your wave beam, wait, I'm probably wrong about that. No, I'm right. Yeah. You get the jump boots. You get the jump boots. Once you get the jump boots and everything. Wait, hold on. Once you get the jump boots, then you get the wave beam, right? After you get the wave beam, you get the super missile, right? Once you get the super missile, then you get the spider ball. No, wait. No, you get the thermal visor. You get the thermal visor, right? Thermal visor. So that's probably like actually 11. It's like 11 things, right? That's a lot of stuff. It's more stuff out throughout the whole thing too, though, because you get infinite missiles that you have to get, right? Infinite missiles. Now, we ain't gonna go too far, because I think this video is actually over now. Now, we actually already went through everything now already, right? So that's half of the stuff that you're supposed to get, right? The rest of the stuff is unknown, okay? We're gonna talk about that in the next video, okay? I just hope y'all followed along with me and everything. Okay. Now, what's up, y'all? And we made good progress. And I hope I told y'all the best of my ability, like how to beat the game and how to get all the stuff that you need, okay? I hope I did my best. But this is me, Johnny, your big brother Johnny, signing off. I hope y'all have a great day, okay? This is Saturday, the Sabbath day. I'm not really doing any work. I'm just telling y'all about the game and everything. But y'all have a good rest of your day, okay? And I hope I see y'all in part 2, okay? I hope I see y'all in part 2. Take care. Peace. That was great.